What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in for this video today. So today we're just going to replace a spray arm and a gasket for this GE dishwasher. Both are very easy. The easiest one is this spray arm. All you do is just basically twist and lift up counterclockwise, then lift up. And obviously when putting in the new one, you just have to do the opposite motion, clockwise. But make sure you feel that click where it falls into position. And the way you can check it is just if you pull it up and down. If it doesn't come up, then it's engaged properly. The only reasons why you ever want to change those is if they're clogged or the heater got to them at the bottom and they melted. Because really, it's nothing else. It's basically because they're broken. Now, when replacing this gasket, you have to be a little bit careful. Don't put it on backwards. And also sometimes when they send you these gaskets, they don't come exactly how the one that it has. Sometimes they come in thicker. You do have to leave the door closed so it can press up against it and kind of flatten it where it actually closes when you close the door. So there you kind of want to compare how it's going to be put on. So what I like to do is I like to compare it to the old one, find the middle by just, stretching them evenly as best as I can. Find the middle from the top, and then right where you find it, you're going to want to put it right under the striker. That dirty spoon right there. So as soon as you find the middle, try your best to put it in. You can either use a flat blade, a putty knife or something, but just be sure that you are pushing it in the way that it should be. You are going to be able to tell if it is pushed in properly, because every time that you push, you'll feel it go in deeper. And once you can't push anymore, then you got it right. So right after that, just kind of start measuring, pushing it in evenly as much as you can. See right there, I'm just using my thumb, but that's just because I'm trying to give it direction where I'm going to meet it at the bottom. And I'm going to want to stretch it a little bit where it's at the very corner and the end of the gasket is turning towards the inside of the dishwasher. So right there, I'm somewhat done on that side. It's somewhat secure. Now I'm going to work on the other side. Same motion. Be sure it's going in, giving it direction. And then just kind of stretch it out a bit where it's going inwards towards the dishwasher. So right there. And just be careful. You don't pull it too hard because it's going to come falling down. So right there, just snug it in there. Boom. There you go. Now, just get, like I said, like a flat blade. Don't go crazy and pushing it in deeply where you're going to make a hole in it. So just kind of push it in where it's actually in the space that it needs to be in. And it'll be apparent if it's not. The ones that you have to be careful with is the grooves at the top corners, the left and the right. Sometimes the gasket doesn't go in all the way and it kind of is sitting outwards. Just be sure that it is in. The way you can test it is just closing the door. If you feel like you can close it properly, then you're good. And also just kind of slam it and then pull back. And if it doesn't fall off, then we should be going in the right direction. So right here, we are basically done. We are just going to test it. Be sure that it does not leak. Now, sometimes what I tell customers, just to be sure that thing is molded to the frame of the dishwasher, after I test it and make sure that it does not leak, I tell them, hey, you guys are okay to use it, but I advise you guys to just leave the door closed for a few hours so it can really stay pressed up against the frame of the tub and actually mold itself so it could seal better and properly. Because if you use it constantly right after, sometimes I've found out that it will leak a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit, and then they're gonna call you back and be like, hey, it's still leaking. It's best just to test it out for a little bit, make sure it doesn't actually leak immediately, and then let them know that up front. But if you are doing it for your own, I would do the same thing. Just wait a little bit. Well, first test it. wait a little bit after, maybe like 2 to 3 hours, and then you should be good to go. If you want to go the extra mile, you could hit it with the heat gun very slightly and then leave the door closed right after. Because if you heat it up with the heat gun, it's going to give it more flimsiness and it's going to be able to stick more to where it needs to be. But that's just if you want to go the extra mile. That's only kind of done with thick gaskets that are not really brought in the shape of the actual tub. It's just, those are a little bit of a nightmare, but you know, that can be a separate video on its own. So right now I'm just testing and make sure it's not going to leak. And typically the only reasons why you ever want to replace these is if they're torn as well. Now this one, somebody ordered it, you know, might as well just put it on. But these, if the bottom tips are not broken, it's really not going to leak, and you don't really have to replace it. And if it keeps on falling off, obviously replace it, because it's already kind of lost its thickness and it's not going to be able to, you know, be put on properly anymore. So very simple fix, guys. Very, very, very easy. Nothing to it, really. I think anybody can do this sort of repair. Just take your time, take pictures, as I always say. But it's very easy to mess up when you don't know what you're doing, because it will fall off, or if you put it backwards, the door will not shut. So just be careful with that. After you're done testing it, just kind of check it, be sure it's not falling off, because water will make it slip once you open the door. But just like I said, just be careful, because you're dealing with water and you don't want any sort of water damage, whether it is yours or not yours. So I just want to give you guys some appreciation. Thank you for always tuning in when I upload these videos. Stay tuned for the next one. Peace.